What's up, everybody? I'm back here. This is Professional Wrestler Chris Wild here from Bar 4133 after a historically bad Eagles loss to the Washington football team. Oh, man, where do I start with this? I went live a couple of minutes ago, had some technical difficulties. I'm back now. You guys should be able to comment. I should be able to see it now. But look, let me tell you what, this is frustrating on a lot of levels. So the Washington football team, this team doesn't even have a name. They don't. We lost to a team that does not even have a name. Goes down. They go down 17-0. Okay, end up winning 27-17. It's absolutely disgusting. It's unacceptable. I mean, what can I say? Putrid game played by this Philadelphia Eagles football team. Who's to blame? Who is to blame? Well, let me start off by saying, and yes, I'm going to use this as an excuse. They haven't played any preseason games, no OTAs, no scrimmages against other teams, and somehow they come into this game with 7 starters out. 7. Now, look, to put that in perspective, the football team had one guy out. It's unbelievable. And by the end of the day, the Eagles had, 2 more, because Brandon Graham and Jack Driscoll out. This is, I don't know. This is definitely the worst home opener that I've experienced for 6-7 years, probably. I don't think I have anybody watching me right now, but it doesn't matter because it's just for me to vent anyway. I am absolutely besides myself right now. So let's talk about the game, how it started. Started wonderfully by the Eagles as Carson Wentz and the Eagles offense had a great opening drive, which ended with a Zach Ertz touchdown. They go up 14 after Dallas Goedert touchdown. Beautiful. They overcome a 3rd and 22 with a bomb to Jalen Reagor that looked awesome. And then the wheels fell off. And let me tell you why the wheels fell off. The wheels fell off because Ron Rivera is a good coach. Ron Rivera is a good coach. He's beaten the Eagles more times than the Eagles have beat him, I believe. Once he realized that the Eagles had no running game, that Corey Clement was nothing, and that Boston Scott could not play against this defensive line of the Washington football team, it was all out. It was blitzes. It was the offensive line just crumbling. I said in my preview video, that the Philadelphia Eagles were going to be in trouble if Lane Johnson did not start this game. And they were absolutely in trouble. Even up 17, Carson was still getting his ass kicked with 4 sacks. It was just not pretty at all. You cannot win games with 7 starters out in the very beginning of the year. It's unreal to me. These guys have played very little football. No preseason games. And you have 7 guys out? 7? It's unreal. Left tackle Jason Peters, after he's supposed to be playing right guard. You made us believe that all year, right? Or all offseason. He's supposed to be playing right guard. No, that doesn't happen. Jack Driscoll, rookie right tackle. Nate Herbig, first game ever playing at right guard. Jason Kelce, center. He's been there. Seumalo. So Kelce and Seumalo, the only 2 that have been playing their positions all offseason. Matt Pryor, who the Eagles had playing left tackle, right guard, right tackle, doesn't see any snaps. Even when Jack Driscoll goes out, they put Jordan Mailata, who's a rugby player, who hasn't played college football, who hasn't played NFL football. They put him in the game instead. It's just what I can say. there's a lot of blame's got to go on Howard Roseman. Okay, when I talked about in a video a couple weeks ago about the 2017 draft, and you got nothing out of that. Okay, you've got nothing out of it. You have nobody. This offensive line. I mean. At this point, I could have been out there playing right tackle. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. The coaches, you feel good about Jeff Stoutland because he's a great offensive line coach. How do you not have Matt Pryor in there at all? How does that happen? Carson Wentz getting killed. And look, the interceptions he threw, he basically gave the Washington football team 14 points. I'm not going to dispute that. He basically gave them 14 points, like handed it to them. But at this point, like, he's got guys in his face like that within 0.5 seconds, but 0.1 second. There's no getting the ball out quick. There's no, and I love everyone's, you should throw the ball away. Look, I agree. Throw the ball away instead of losing 10 yards. But when you got guys in your face as soon as the ball snapped, how do you know where you're throwing the ball away to? The fumbles, 2 fumbles by him. I mean, look, it's hard for me because I'm a Wentz guy. I'm an absolute Wentz guy. Like I said, the 17 points they put on, beautiful drives. But it's hard for me. He does not escape the blame. He does not escape the blame. At some point, something's got to change. At some point, you can't have a game where you don't run the ball. Like, okay, I know Boston Scott's not doing anything. I know Corey Clement's not doing anything, but you got to keep trying. You got to keep. It's just unreal to me. And look, I've been all off season beating this bar for the Eagles. For the Eagles to straight up sign a veteran running back. I've said it from the beginning. I've said it. If the Eagles do not sign a veteran running back, then what do they have after Miles Sanders? And Miles Sanders, for some reason, because he's not been durable, and for some reason he can't play, which he didn't today, what do you have? And I said this in my last video. You got Boston Scott and Corey Clement. You don't even know anything about Corey Clement right now. Nothing. You have nothing. And they had nothing. No running game. You can't win a game like that against a good defense. The Washington team has a good defense. Their secondary is garbage. I heard one of the commentators say, their secondary really stepped up in the second half. No, it didn't. The offense was in disarray because of the defensive line. The secondary did nothing except catch an interception off a drifted route by a wide receiver and a bad pass by Carson Wentz. And who can blame this guy for throwing these bad passes? I mean, who can blame him? There's constant pressure. Something that, by the way, the Eagles' defensive line did not bring to Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins did not look like he was nervous or pressured. Was his jersey even dirty? I think they had 1 sack, maybe 2 sacks, for a team that has Malik Jackson and Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham. Josh Sweat had a sack. I think they might have had 2 because one went to Josh Sweat. I talked about him being a good player and being one of the guys that I liked coming into this season. Unreal. Nobody watching me right now. It is what it is. I'm interested to see what Doug Peterson says after this game, which probably everybody's doing right now. Watching the Eagles post-game, listening to their post-game, listening to Doug Peterson. I might try to go live later. But I just... I knew once I heard Lane Johnson go out, this wasn't going to be pretty for the Eagles. And it just wasn't, guys. We are in for a long season because nobody on this team can stay healthy. Nobody. You know, everyone that I've talked to said I was overreacting with the Miles Sanders thing. He plays, it's a different game. It's a different game if he plays. Because at least they have a running game and Carson doesn't have to do everything. Eagles lose 27-17. That's all I got. I'll talk to you guys later.